The largest, most significant river in the world watered the biblical Garden of Eden at the birth of civilization. Now, it is drying up and revealing terrifying and creepy mysteries that have remained hidden for thousands of years. Yes, it's the Euphrates River. Things in the river are changing, and new questions are emerging. Why is the river so significant? What lies under the Euphrates? How does it relate to the rapture and Christ's second coming? In this video, we'll share the horrifying information that scientists have learned about the changes in the Euphrates River and what they could signify for the future of humanity. Recently, a video of this river that scientists displayed revealed that the water levels had decreased quickly. It has also shown the existence of an ideal building with perfectly placed steps under the Euphrates River, along with terrifying prophecies about the river. The Euphrates plays a significant part in most of the world's religious scriptures, which have prophesied the drying up of the river along with the rising global temperatures. Many researchers believe that a rise in the concentration of population occurs whenever there is a decrease in the quantity of water available. They believe that everything living in those rivers has difficulty keeping themselves alive. They further believe that the river Euphrates supplied water to the Garden of Eden and that it had a major role in the beginning of civilization. Many thousands of years ago, Mesopotamia had reached its pinnacle during that period, having achieved its most tremendous success with the assistance of this river. As the river continues to recede, there is a concurrent increase in the visibility of the riverbed's historic archaeological sites. Cliffs that had been flooded in the past have now been exposed. Tombs constructed into the rock face date back to a time before the Christian period. There are several prophecies and myths about the drying up of this river, and what lies underneath it has links to Christianity, Islam, and ancient Babylon. There is an old myth that Babylon had a tunnel beneath the Euphrates that connected the two sides of the city in Mesopotamia. Christianity's interpretation of a 95 AD written prophecy says that the river Euphrates would dry up during the latter days. There are two prophecies regarding the Euphrates River in the book of Revelation. Revelation 9:13-15 states, "The sixth angel blew his trumpet, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar in front of God releasing the four angels who were chained at the vast river Euphrates." It is said the sixth angel with the trumpet and the four angels who had been prepared for this hour, day, month, and year were unleashed to slaughter 1/3 of humanity. This is a hint of the end of the world. Wars that are taking place are in line with those prophecies. The Euphrates will dry up according to the prophecy. What's fascinating about this prophecy is that we're already witnessing the initial phases of it. The prophecies play out as various countries dam up the river and the areas near the rivers suffer from terrible droughts. Why has it all of a sudden started to dry up now? The Euphrates River is mentioned in the first book of the Bible. The book of Genesis was written 3,050 years ago between 165 and 150 BC. Various Bible predictions are already beginning to come to pass. Now, God warns those who can see and hear, informing them that the time is running out. We have all heard the rumors of the end of the world, but what if there is something to it? Recent reports from the Euphrates River suggest that something strange is happening. A mysterious set of sounds resembling angel choirs have been heard coming from beneath the water, leading some to speculate that the end of the world may be near. The strange angel sounds are described as a deep, mysterious humming noise. Reports suggest that the sound is both otherworldly and ethereal, with some even comparing it to the sound of church bells. It is so loud that it can be heard from miles away and is said to reverberate throughout the surrounding area. The strange angel sounds coming from beneath the Euphrates River have been interpreted as a sign of the rapture. This belief is shared by many, as the sound has been likened to that of a trumpet-like signal that heralds the end of times and the beginning of the second coming of Jesus Christ. Those who believe in this interpretation suggest that this signal is a warning of the imminent arrival of the Lord, and that it's a sign of the impending judgment. This belief is rooted in Christian eschatology and apocalyptic traditions, as well as certain passages in the Bible which talk of a time when the dead will rise and the Lord will come to judge the living and the dead. Therefore, for those who are believers, these angel sounds could be interpreted as a warning and a call to action to prepare for the rapture. These angel sounds may simply be an interesting phenomena with no deeper spiritual significance. They are a sign of the end times, many Christians believe. The strange angel sounds are a sign of the end times and that the rapture is coming. The book of Revelation describes the rapture as a time when Jesus will gather together the chosen people in the clouds and take them to heaven. In the Bible, the resurrection of Christians is mentioned in 1 Corinthians chapter 15. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet will sound, and the dead will be raised incorruptible, and those of us who are alive and remain will be caught up together with him in the clouds, and so we shall be with him forever. Could these mysterious sounds be the trumpet of God signaling the imminent return of Christ? In addition, Islam also says that the Euphrates River will dry up. The Quran, written 600 years after the book of Revelation, recounts the Euphrates River drying up and a mountain of gold being exposed. It is said that a mountain of gold will be revealed 1 hour before the Euphrates River dries up. According to the Prophet Muhammad, every one of them would believe that he is the only one still alive. It is yet to be determined when the Euphrates River will dry up. According to research, Iraq's two largest rivers, the Euphrates and the Tigris, are expected to run dry over the next 2 decades unless action is taken. According to the country's water ministry, Iraq will be without rivers by 2040. The Euphrates Tunnel was allegedly constructed between 2180 and 2160 BC. The tunnel linked 2 palaces on the opposite bank of the Euphrates River. The exact site of this tunnel is uncertain today. However, it is mentioned in 2 manuscripts published in 50 BC and 250 AD. Tourists describe the tunnel being constructed and utilized by Queen Semiramis in 50 BC. The Bibliotheca Historica states that the construction was completed in 260 days. It is said that a lady named Medea was once the ruler of those regions. An incredible bridge crossed the river and connected the palaces on each shore and the river below in a way that had never been done before, because she had stones stacked up along with other materials along the river's banks, and since it has been reported that the copper pitch and all the men had been found for use in construction underwater. Then she directed the streams into the lakes, and when the river was dry, she excavated 2 fathoms deep and built a hollow tunnel which she had induced to debark into the palace on each side of the bank, like a subterranean grotto. She raised the roof to a level with the stream bed. The foundations and tunnel walls were thus rendered sturdy. But since the pitch needed to set hard as stone, so the river would be allowed to run again while still soft and the connection remained firm. According to myth, this river has a long and rich history and will play an essential part in the latter days. Anticipating Christ's return, keeping an eye on this river will help us understand the times and seasons. We are approaching the final days of the Euphrates. The Syrian river god resided in Western Asia and was recognized as a god of rivers in modern-day Turkey and Iraq. Its drying up validates Bible prophecy, and it's occurring in our lifetimes. Every other Bible prophecy has come true up to this point. It's critical to keep an eye out for those who have yet to be satisfied, since more are doing so daily. The Euphrates River has been running since the Garden of Eden, and its drying up is a precursor to the end of the world. As we know, Jesus Christ, the Son of God, will soon return and rule for 1,000 years during the millennial period. That will be an incredible day. What's happening? Jesus is coming back. Please let me know your comment below. If you're interested in outer space and the world's mysteries, you can choose to watch the following videos on our channel. And be sure to leave a comment below and let us know what you think of today's content. Again, we thank you very much. We hope to see you again next time from all of us here. Until then, be careful and be safe.